Well, hello there, and welcome to this week's edition of Coffee Chat with me. Hello, I'm Catherine Oster. I am a certified facilitator with Access Consciousness, and Coffee Chat is all about using the tools and living the tools of Access Consciousness in my life. Hey, good morning. Who is live with me? I wonder if I can see comments today. Good morning, you guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. And to those of you watching this in the future on YouTube, this is done as a Facebook Live. I get a little ADD when people join. Good morning, Loretta. Hey, Carmen. Good morning. Happy Friday, ladies. Alrighty. Well, somebody sent in a question for me, which I love and I'm so excited about to talk about it. So I'm just going to read part of her question here. She says, "It's come up for me again that I feel I need to prove I'm right. I get frustrated trying to figure out why I feel like I need someone to side with me." Good morning, Nicole. Okay, and then she tells me about something that happened. She made a post in a Facebook group garage sale, and one of the admins didn't approve of her post, and she revoked her access to the Facebook group. And this is not the first time it's happened, and so this gal, she asks at the end, "So now I'm looking at why I got so pissed off. Any idea?" Okay, anger. We're going to talk about anger today and what the heck that is. What if, so I'm pretty sure this gal has taken a bars class. Actually, I know she has. In the bars class, you learn about this idea of who does it belong to? Who does it belong to? What are you aware of? What if all of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions, well, 99% of them, what if 99% of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are not actually yours? What if you're aware? Now, with anger, being pissed off, irritated, frustrated, they can all actually, we can misidentify and misapply all of them with these 5 different things. The first thing, your awareness of lies. When you all of a sudden get angry when you're speaking to somebody, when you're at an event, when you're listening to the radio or the news or anything, when you get angry, one thing you could ask is there lies here? Am I aware of lies? Yeah. So these lies can be spoken or unspoken. Oftentimes, when you just acknowledge that this energy that's coming up for you, we're going to call it anger right now. When you ask, is this lies? Is this my awareness of lies? Oftentimes when you acknowledge that, there's so much more space around it. And you're like, okay, that's what was getting my attention. Some lies that are going on, whether it was spoken or not. So make a list. Anger. Number 1, my awareness of lies. Good morning, Bobby. Number 2, people use anger as a way to control. So I used to do this with my kids. I would get angry at them and I would make a big scene and be like, "You're not allowed to do this," or like, "Stop doing this." And then I would get angry at Travis, and then he would get angry at me, and we were just trying to control each other with our anger. Anger can be used to control. That's another thing. The third thing is a distractor implant. Now, we dive way more into this topic in a foundation class. Distractor implants are designed to come up and distract you from what is really going on, so you cannot handle what the actual thing is. Distractor implant. So it's like, puts your attention over here onto the anger, let's say, but really there's something else going on over here that you could acknowledge, but you can't see that thing right now because you're distracted with this anger that you have coming up. How do you know if your anger is a distractor implant? You just ask. You just ask, truth, is this a distractor implant? Yes or no? Light or heavy? Okay, it's not a distractor implant. Cool. So if it's not lies, you're not trying to control. You might also get angry if somebody is trying to control you. That's another thing. If somebody's trying to control you with their judgments, you might also get angry about that. Because again, back to that first thing, anger is your awareness of lies. Judgments are not true. They're made up. They're lies about you that people tell themselves, and then they try to control you. So it all kind of ties in. And anger can be a distractor implant. The fourth thing, who does it belong to? The anger might not be yours. I know it feels like yours. It feels like it because you perceive it full on. It feels like yours, but it might not be yours. You could very well be aware of somebody else's anger, such as the other person you're dealing with, your husband, your wife, your friend, your parents, anybody's. And yes, I know it feels like yours, but it might not be. So you might be aware of somebody else's anger. And the fifth thing is sometimes we can misidentify and misapply potency as anger. So what is potency? Potency is our ability to catalyze and create a change. By being something, saying something, doing something. Potency is our ability to create change. We often misidentify and misapply our anger as potency. So when you do that, when you stick yourself with the misidentification that you're angry, when it's really a potency, then it's stuck because you're also, again, like not acknowledging what it is. So that list of 5 things anger can be: your awareness of lies, a distractor implant, you're trying to control somebody with it, or you are being controlled, somebody is trying to control you with their anger or their judgments. Misidentification and misapplication as potency, and it's not yours. You're aware of somebody else's anger. So that is our little 10-minute intro class on anger. Make a list, put it on your phone. It's really handy to have, actually, and just go through the list and be in the question, like, what is this? Because every situation is going to be a little bit different. But if you are able to look and ask a question about the energy that's coming up for you, that is you being present with what is. And from your presence, things can change. And I'm also going to toot a little bit about the foundation class. The Access Foundation class is huge in a huge invitation to more of these conversations, more inviting you to be more clear about what is going on for you in your life around you. And you get more of these tools. You get 4 days of tools and a whole big manual that you can then start taking into your life. So if you've taken a bars class, you can take a foundation. I have one coming up on December 11th at my place by St. Walburg. And there's foundations happening around the world, and there's still online foundations going on. The beauty about an in-person foundation class is you get to exchange body processes. There's 3 different body processes and bars for 4 days while we do the class. An online class, I mean, unless you have somebody available to run your bars at your place for you, it's different. It's just online. It doesn't create the same space. It's different, but it's still amazing. So you can go to accessconsciousness.com and search a foundation class in your area if that is something you're interested in. And if you have any more questions about that, you can ask me. Now, I have a really funny story. I have to finish off with this funny story. And it really showed me how when you see things a little bit differently, you can change it. Really. I'm, been playing with these tools for 7 years, and I'm still getting these little things that just make me laugh. So anyway, in our garage, we have a little room with the coat hooks on them. And it's really awesome because all of the outdoor clothing, the jackets, the coveralls, the boots go into this room. Now, the hooks that are in there are just kind of cheaper, flimsy ones, and they bend really easy. And so what has been happening last winter it started, was the hooks were bent down. So the jackets weren't effective. I'd hang up a jacket or my coveralls and they would fall off, and I would get annoyed because that pissed me off, right? And anyway, yesterday, maybe it was the day before, just in the last couple of days, I was hanging up my jacket. Hi, Nora. I was hanging up my jacket and it slid off and I was just annoyed. And then I'm like, wait a second. If the hook is flimsy enough to bend down, maybe I can just push it back up again and bend it back up. So then it would be more effective. And I did that. It was easy peasy. Pushed the hook back up, hung up my jacket, and it stayed. And I celebrated. And I'm like, hell yeah. And I noticed, I'm like, I've been struggling. This little thing has been pissing me off since last winter. I finally just noticed another choice, another thing that I could do to change it. Now, I know sometime we're going to just have to change out all the hooks, but for now, just bending it back up. Easy peasy. How does it get any easier than that? But it took me a little bit to have that, to be aware of that thing. It makes me laugh. I know it's something really simple, and I'm like, wow. And what if that's the same thing with anything in your life? With money, for example, or relationship, where there's this one thing going on that kind of pisses you off and you feel like you struggle with it. Well, you just bend the hook another way and then it's different. That is how easy things can be. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I am grateful. If you got anything out of this coffee chat and you would love to share it, I would love that. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, just ask me. And I look forward to chatting with you guys next week. So have an amazing day today, wherever you are in the world, whatever you're up to. Bye-bye for now.